You know, the hype around him, the boom around him, I suppose he creates that with his appearance, his racing style, his name, his ability. You know, he's a rock star of the turf. He's won a Toorak handicap, he's won a Golden Eagle.
I'm Thunderstruck went boom over the top.
He's a flashy horse with that big white face. He was a horse that came to us with plenty of ability but mentally wasn't quite there. But in the space of 10 months he turned into one of the best horses in Australia.
So the I'm Thunderstruck story, I liked him, I liked what I saw, but what switched him from being about an 80 rater, which is a long way from Group 1, to a Group 1 competitor was one trial from the 2,000 metre jump at Caulfield up the hill.
Profiteer and Odium were in the same jump out, and Jack Hill rode him that morning. He sat out the back. He was able to come from maybe 8 lengths off them and basically beat Profiteer on the line in what was an amazing jump out performance.
And when you watch thousands of trials and something appears that is a little bit not usual, the light goes on.
To my surprise, Mick Price said, I'm going to put this horse in the Rupert Clark. And I thought, oh, geez, that's ambitious. But Mick said, no, when I get a good feeling about a horse, I like to be ambitious. And we just snuck into the field and unfortunately drew barrier 17 and had to go a long way back. And had he not got a really big bump on the corner, he probably wins.
So in a 1,400 metre Group 1 handicap, when you're asking your horse for momentum, you need momentum. If you get your momentum held up, it's going to cost you a lot. It did cost us a lot, and the horse went from probably having a winning chance, and he still ran third, which was great, but his rating was just good enough to get him into the Toorak.
We certainly went into that race a lot more confident. They were all out to get him though. He was bullied that race. It was really tough to watch. I remember being downstairs in the trainer's room with Mick and anguishing the whole race. You know, they were trying to pocket him, put him back on the fence. They were all out to get him.
All credit to Jai McNeil. If you look at the helicopter shot in the Toorak, you will see Jai McNeil sandwiched, and there is not a run for a full width horse. The horse was brave. I thought the jockey was brave.
He put him into gaps that weren't there. Without that ride and without the horse's courage, he simply wouldn't have won. And
Thunderstruck got out. I'm Thunderstruck finishes hard, gets a neck in front and won the Toorak.
From the Toorak, it was a nice stepping stone to the Golden Eagle. Gave us 3 weeks. He was going from a tough mile back to 1,500 metres at Rose Hill.
It was just ideal for everything. Timing, distance, it was perfect.
At the top of the corner, I was like, come on, get him out. You know, he needs to be out with plenty of room, got a huge stride.
I was getting a bit nervous. I'm thinking to myself, any chance of getting out and getting going on this, H. Bowman?
Finally, he got out with maybe a furlong to go and Cantarupe had nicked off. I think most people would have thought it was too late, but deep down, honestly, deep down, I knew he'd get there.
I'm Thunderstruck went boom over the top.
Turned to Mick, and Mick had not long come back from a motorbike accident, and had a broken collarbone, broken rib, and I picked him up and hoisted him up, and there were a few expletives. I don't think he cared. We were that over the moon. Yeah, it was certainly one of the most special race moments in my history, definitely.
Yeah, so he'll run in the CF Orr first up, and then most likely, all going well, head to the Futurity, and then following that he'll be third up into an All-Star Mile, and then all going well he'll head to Sydney and contest at Doncaster, and what we do after that the horse will tell us.
So Thunder's had a really good prep so far for this autumn carnival. Whilst we'd love to win the Orr or the Futurity, they are lead-up races for us.
I think you'll find that I'm Thunderstruck comes into his own in the Futurity. He'll be very hard to beat in the All-Star Mile, and he'll probably improve again into the Doncaster. So they're the 2 big, fat, juicy goals we've got, the 2 mile races for him. With regard to I'm Thunderstruck's overall future, after this prep, if he can do what we think he can do, then he'll be a weight for age horse.
He'll show us how good he is in the next 12, 18 months, and from there he'll just keep improving, I think. The sky's the limit with that horse.